Come on in. It's Thursday night, and it's time for Life Alive Bible Study, where the Word comes alive and it breathes new life. I'm your host, D. Foster 3. I am CEO and President of Wake Up Global Networks International. And if this is your first time, we want to give you a very special welcome. We want you to share. We want you to get in the comments and tell us where you're listening from, which state you're from. If you are if you are part of our Thursday night family, you know the spill. Please like, subscribe, share. Let the algorithms know that you enjoy this so to push our content out further, especially tonight. There's a word tonight, but I want to give you an opportunity to invite other people in to hear this prophetic word. You know, every now and then, and if you've been following me for any length of time, even if through my pastorate, you know, there are times when I'm in a series, but the Spirit of God will give me a special prophetic responsibility to speak, to deviate from that series for that one time and to come back in. So that's going to be tonight. There is a word, there is a prophetic responsibility that I come to this place with tonight. So I want you to like, I want you to subscribe, I want you to go to our website. If you want more information, it's www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com, www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com. If you want more to share our social media, it's WGNINC on X, WGNINC on X, and in IG, it's Wake Up Global Media. Wake Up Global Media. If you want to follow me, it's DJ Change 111. DJ Change 111. All of that information is at the bottom of your screen. I want to say you are invited to please like right here on Wake Up Global TV. We have so much content, and I'm about to add more content. While you are inviting other people in tonight, remember, there is a prophetic word. There is a prophetic responsibility that I come with tonight outside of our series of making choices. I'll visit that again next week. But again, if you follow me for any length of time, no matter where I've pastored, there are Sundays that I would come and say, I'm coming with the prophetic word. We'll get back into our series next week because that is the mandate that I have on my life when God speaks prophetically to deliver it. So while you are inviting people to come in tonight, I just want to share with you, please like and subscribe to our baby channel. Let me stop saying it's baby. Somebody said, don't say it's baby. All right, to our full grown up channel, Wake Up Global TV, where we have a plethora of content, the Voice of Hope Connection, the Voice of an Air podcast, of course, Life Alive. Of course, we have the Sunday, second Sunday of every month. We have the Awakening Experience, which I'm excited about September's when Apostle Stephen Banks will be joining us. You'll hear more about that. And then we encourage you to go to our Patreon. Listen, let me share this with you. I want to say to our Patreon members, the lit Patreon members, I deeply appreciate you, and yet I apologize. Since we birthed Life Alive, I have not been committed to as much content for the lit Patreon, but you have stayed faithful. I want to let you know at beginning September, I'm recommitting giving you consistent content that you can only find on the lit Patreon. So thank you. Thank you. And you know who you are, Patreon members. We hear from you each and every month. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for not breaking your partnership. But again, I am compelled, again in September, to begin to put more consistent, fresh content only found on Patreon. And now that you've invited other people in, now that you've liked, now that you subscribe, I want you to get in the chats and say, I'm ready. Come on, say, I'm ready for what the Spirit has for me tonight. I'm ready. I'm ready. Thank you, Father, for entrusting us, entrusting Wake Up Global Networks with the global responsibility of prophetically speaking to awaken the nations. Thank you for giving us the assignment to awaken generations. We thank you for what you will share tonight. in Yeshua's name. All right, y'all ready? Say I'm ready. Not enough if you have it in the chat. If you're watching the replay, I want you to say, I'm ready. Say it, I'm ready. So my demeanor may be different tonight because I come with a different responsibility. And again, we've been in this series talking about importance of decision making and the psychology of decision making. And tonight was to be part 3. Next week will be part 3. But tonight, as every so often I do, I come to you with a prophetic responsibility. Again, preparing us for what's coming. That's what the real prophetic ministry is all about. It's not about houses. It's not about cars. It's not about attaching blessings to numeric giving denominations, but it is about speaking the mind of God into a culture, into a generation, so that after hearing the mind of God, we make what I call the prophetic shift, so that we can be aligned with the next thing that is going to happen. And so tonight, as I was even studying for the psychology of decision making, part 3, the Spirit interrupted and said, that's not what I'm going to have you to share tonight. I don't know. So I went into a place of prayer and meditation to receive clearly. I don't have any notes. I don't have anything written down because it just came action. Now, some people, this is how we flow. This is how God uses it. God has always, you can go back to my furthest pastor. It would be nothing for me to break a series if there was a prophetic burden. No, and some people never have this issue. It depends on your call. So prophetically tonight, I wanted to share a few things with you, and it's going to be more of a discussion. I want you to I want you to put a copy of this link in your contacts, because this is ageless. This goes across multi-generations, raceless. This is denominationalist. This is for all people who are alive today. And that is, and I've said this before in the series we just finished, When God Makes You Uncomfortable, we are on the precipice of such a global reset that is beyond the average person's imagination. And you're probably saying, oh, D. Foster 3, that's what you have to share with us? You've said it. Other people are saying it. Yeah. I know people are saying it. I know I have said it. But the part I don't know is how much of this reality has set into the mindset and the consciousness of you. Because when a life-altering truth, when a global truth that will shift the way we live, shift the way we think, really resonates, it causes action. It causes movement. It causes changes. It causes internal shifts. It causes internal changes. It causes conscious shifts. It causes subconscious shifts globally, personally, locally. And to be honest with you, I've not seen it. I've seen the systems, but I have not seen humanity. One of the things that I want to point out tonight, and when you go into the film or the movie industry, the film and the movie industry, for positive or negative, say what you want. Many of you will agree, some will disagree, is prophetic. The film industry, especially if it has its roots in certain, how can I say the word? I'm on YouTube. This is why you got to come on Patreon. In certain circles, if it has its roots in certain types of manipulation, it will give you a foreshadow of what's going to come. And I've always looked at, and people used to laugh at me when I look at movies and, excuse me, they would say, how did you like this movie? And you know me, I come up with some prophetic interpretation and be like, oh, you too deep. Did you enjoy the movie? And I'm like, yeah, especially when you look at a movie like The Godfather, I see the principle of loyalty. I see the principle of commitment. I look at movies like that because I understand that Hollywood, that the entertainment industry in and of itself, and it knows it, no matter what message is given, because the message is not always positive and beneficial to the culture. It's always giving a prophetic message. It's always telling us, because these people are tied to a dark state, telling us what's going to happen. And while we are being entertained, they are prophetically saying, this is our plan. Are you aware? And most of us are so busy being entertained, it moves right over our head. And that's why I believe the Spirit has given me the responsibility to come back tonight and ask the question, are we ready for the global shift? About a year ago, on one of our master class with Wake Up, I dissected the movie Leave the World Behind. This movie was produced and I think part written by the Obamas, Michelle and Barack. And you can go into my Patreon if you want to get it. I spent about almost 2 hours dissecting prophetically what that movie was saying, what the aspects of that movie meant. And I finished off by saying the meaning of the movie was not coded. The meaning of the movie was in the title. Leave the world that you know, not die, not transition in the physical sense, but leave the systems, the way things are done behind. If you saw that put in the chat, I saw that. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. If you want to hear my dissection, go to Patreon. And I dissected because when the movie came out, something hit my spirit. I said, this movie is prophetic. Now, the movie is not an easy movie if you've seen it to understand, because there's a lot of hidden messages. There's a lot of hidden tones, part of it. And I'm not trying to be deep for you non-deep people that needed the Spirit to help me dissect so I could make it make sense to our master's class. But the gist, J-E-S-T, of the movie is simply all I came here prophetically tonight. That the world, and I am not a conspiracy theorist. I am not a conspiracy theorist. So I'm not saying this by conspiracy. I have to be more factual, spiritually and evidentially, go on some conspiracy. But I came tonight to tell you what the movie is. But more important, to tell you, to admonish us to respond accordingly. And the name of the movie was Leave the World, and I'm not going to dissect it tonight, behind. A part of this movie was so prophetic at the beginning of the movie, which actually happened in real life. You see this large cargo ship run aground into the shore. That happened in real life. There was some consequences in interpretation with that. And again, I interpret the whole movie in our master's class, which is in paper. You remember the Tesla cars that stopped running? Do you remember several years ago, I think it was in DC or California maybe, they had a massacre with Teslas, I believe it was, electric cars doing their own thing. And I'm being careful because, again, this is Google, this is YouTube. Hollywood is prophetic. And in essence, remember there was no phone connection for a while? And this family that had went up into the mountains was pretty much cut off from the entire world. And it was almost like 2020 when the world stopped. Come here, share this, share this. And in the minds of some, the greater the chaos, the bigger the reset. And in this movie, Leave the World Behind, there was nothing but chaos from beginning to end. And I even dissected the photo of the road and the people that were on the road and what those signs and those symbols represented. Because the whole message, and I'm almost finished tonight. One thing about me coming to YouTube or coming to you on Thursday, I don't come to perform. I don't come for likes. I don't come as, it'd be nice for you to like. That's why I ask. I don't come because I'm trying to, be known. No. I come with the word. This is my pulpit. This is my microphone. So I'm not coming fabricating anything. I'm not coming Hollywooding on Thursday night. I'm coming directed by Spirit to speak into your life and the life of this pulpit and society. That's the question. Are you ready for the global reset? And for a lot of people, they are. In this movie, afraid. See, chaos. Here is how some minds think, even now. People in some power, positions of power, think the greater the chaos, I distract the masses through the chaos and eject a global reset. And when they finish being lost in the chaos and open up their eyes, welcome to the new world. Welcome to the new world. I was having a conversation with one of our students, one of the people that considers me their mentor, and they're in the educational field. I said, you are at the right place at the right timing in a position of authority in corporate office and not the classroom, because you will be a part of the great educational reset where educational curriculums, watch this, come on, will become global. There will be no more specialized education based on a country. No, reset will include that there is a curriculum that China and Nigeria and the United States and Korea will be on the same curriculum. Why? Because the end of that curriculum into our students at the end as an ultimate agenda. And in order to achieve the ultimate agenda, everybody has to be on the same page. See, this reset, and I've said it, is global. Have you heard of Agenda 2030? Have you heard of digital IDs? Have you heard of 15-minute cities? I'm just asking you, I'm not going into all of this here. I'm going to do most of this on my Patreon. Have you heard of social credit scores? No, a lot of people haven't. But all of this was in, some of it in hidden codes. Leave the world behind. So prophetically, if you're looking for comfort and security in this global shift, which started in 2020 and will go till 2030, 35, there is going to be no security other than going with jobs. AI is about to turn the world that we know of jobs and labor and opportunity upside down. Chat GPT is not even the tip of the iceberg. And denial is not the key. As I told somebody today, flexibility and being open and not being the way we used to be is the key to survival today. Not what you know, not what I know, because what we know is going to be extinct time next week. That's how fast technology and knowledge is going to advance. And only with minds, just giving you the word of the Lord that God gave me to give, that are willing to stay open and adaptable, will survive. Because things will get chaotic, things will get bumpy, there will be peaks and mountains and valleys. Some people will survive, some people will fall off the roller coaster, some people will jump off the roller coaster. But many of us, because we are prophetically positioned, prophetically prepared, took the prophetic word serious, we will hold on and land safely. Now, we may go like this, but we're going to hold on and we're going to land safely. And out of what the opposition thought they were doing for evil shall be birthed a kingdom that has no end. Right now, prophetically, Jacob is in the womb. Come on, y'all. Flow with me tonight. Share this and eat some. And it's only through spiritual can you tell the difference. Because they like two twins. They look alike. And the difference is not external, but it's the difference is not what it looks like. Is where a lot of people gonna miss it. difference is going to be in the motive, in the reason of being, in the reason of doing. And only he that has ears not to be entertained, to hear, will hear. This is very serious time. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. This is my prophetic responsibility. This, like this, subscribe. No, it's not entertaining. It's not bouncy. It's not fancy, but it is the word, I believe, of the Lord to a culture and to a generation, to you and to me. We are about to see experience, drastic change. If you are not grounded, you are going to feel so lost because there are already people who feel lost. There are already people who feel lost. I was talking to someone the other day, and there was some information they could only get through a smartphone. And they were so frustrated because they don't have a smartphone. Kind of old, elderly, which I understand. They had like a flip. They kept trying to get this information down. Like, you're not going to be able to access the document that you want. You have to have a smartphone or go to a computer. They're like, don't they understand people my age? No, they don't. They don't care. There is an agenda behind everything. And again, I'm limited on YouTube. And all of this plays out in Leave the World Behind. There's something called a digital footprint. And I know we have people championing that at the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow, and none of this is going to happen, and Jesus going to come and conquer. I didn't say at the end the kingdom would not win. I said there would be a battle. There are two twins in the womb. There's Esau and Jacob in the womb trying to be born. Yes, one will win, but there was a fight between the two. That's all I'm saying. And finally, tonight, share this, like this. We'll be back on the psychology of decision making next week. And again, if you want to see the whole dissection of Leave the World Behind, go to Patreon. It's in there. But the whole purpose of this tonight, me coming to you prophetic, is the Spirit is saying again, the clarion call to begin to make spiritual, mental, and for some of us, geographical shifts to align with the global shift that is taking place. All right? Like this, share, subscribe, follow. I have a lot more to say, but not on this platform. I don't want to be inhibited. There's a lot more to know. The movie Left Behind, we were thinking of a rapture. But a lot of people are being left behind. They can't make it. They're so accustomed to doing things the way, especially in Christianity. God bless Christianity. And I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to let that drop right there. God bless traditional. I'm going to leave that right there. Because it's one thing when you're in it, but it's one thing when you're outside looking in. You get a whole different lens, a whole different perspective. And you're saying, does anybody see? Anybody see? Left behind. When a generation outgrows an institution, when a generation's consciousness expands quicker than the institution, because that's what happened after 2020 in the traditional, especially for that. And I'm going to leave that there. So y'all won't keep Boston. All right. If we've been a blessing, I encourage you to share your seed. The information is there on the screen. Tonight, this is a prophetic word. So, Father, we thank you for your impartation. Thank you for shifting us. Those of us who have ears to hear, we've heard, we're open, we're adaptable. We are ready to move spiritually, mentally, and even if necessary, geographically. We receive. All right, y'all, we'll be back. We'll be back next week. I want to say again, make sure you like this. Make sure you go and get all of our content right here on our YouTube channel, Wake Up Global TV, Wake Up Global TV, or go to our website, www.wakeupglobalnetworks.com, WGNINC on X, and Wake Up Global Media on IG. Until next week, this is Default 3 saying, hey, I can't put it no better than this. Stay woke, y'all. Peace.